Just leaving Scioto, about to leave Scioto, parked under my favorite lamppost light to talk to you about how the day went. Obviously, when I went to the Meadows today, I was expecting to drive Simba. That didn't happen. Amor Diener was third. He should have won. Really, there's no excuses there. Got everything his own way. Somebody said, with that slow half, I got him over the half as comfortably and as quickly as I could. He was a little docile on the front end, but he knows what to do when you get to the head of lane. He should never have got beat off that trip. Scoped him after, wasn't a whole lot there. I think maybe we just got to sharpen him up a little bit. I would love to tell you, geez, we're going to take him home and, train him up hard, but 9 days to the Poconos, and he's coming in with a first and 2/3. He's going to likely make the Stallion Series final, even with a moderate showing in the Poconos. So there's not a lot of time to be running him back and forth. Now, having said that, now that I say it out loud, I suspect the Poconos is, 9 days from today. Today is Friday. It's next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. Now, don't bother saying it's next Monday or it's next Saturday. I'll find out after this video. I assume it's next Sunday. If that's the case, I'll tell Tim maybe we'll train him hard. Thursday, I believe I'm going to be at the Meadows. That's a little close. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll make a run down to the Meadows on Wednesday to train him. We'll train him a couple of trips and sharpen the bugger up, make sure he's ready to go for the Poconos. But an okay mile, I guess. An okay mile. Certainly wasn't 57 parked the whole way, but as I alluded to in the oh, that's weird. As I alluded to in the interview before the races, I don't know how much that getting parked the whole way trip took out of him. His next start, he got beat fair and square in Philadelphia when he should have won. Then he got beat in the Arden. I expect a lot more. I simply expect a lot more from this horse, and didn't get it today. But nevertheless, that's racing. He finished third. It's not like he finished seventh, and you're like, oh, what happened? We had won My Heart Hanover and Compass Rose DC, both throw-in stinkers, and we've had such a good summer, it stuck out like a sore thumb. For those of you wondering, their their liver counts were a little high. AST was a tiny bit high, but nothing really to speak of. A lot of people saying, hey, are we going to turn out One My Heart Hanover? We can do that. Now might be the time for a few weeks, a month maybe. Bring her back in. Looking ahead, I have a plan in my head of what we're going to do during sale season, and some of these sophomores are going to find themselves on... I had a great conversation with Johnny, one of our clients today, about the sales, saying Harrisburg versus On-Gate. Made a lot of valid points. A lot of people don't want to sell in Harrisburg because the fees that are taken out. I really don't know. I sell a horse for 20 and I have no idea, now the fee is structured. It's not like you said, I'm going to take this amount. It's a structured thing, but it's a lot of money. And On-Gates are a little more flat and surgical and decisive. And we've had some luck selling our horses on-gate. So that's a great question. Heading into sale season, there's going to be a number of these horses, sophomores, that are up for sale. If I don't think they're going to be useful horses at 4 and 5 and beyond, and we don't have a specific plan for them, then they will end up in the sale. We didn't have to worry about that with some of our sophomore pacers this week. Blue Monk was claimed last week. Brilliant Corners was claimed on Thursday evening. I keep saying it's Saturday. It's not Saturday. It's Friday. Brilliant Corners was claimed on Thursday evening. Miss Brampton Beast was claimed last week. So we're getting a lot of the, I don't want to use the word deadwood because, aside from Miss Brampton Beast, the other two were pretty useful horses on the track, but we're getting them moved along. And this is all about restructuring what we're doing moving forward at the stable, setting us up long-term. This isn't a short-term plan, nor should it be. I mean, there should be short-term plans in place, and there are, but we're also looking at the long-term viability of one, the horses, and two, the stable. So a lot of those sophomores we see racing will be up for sale this fall. So One My Heart Hanover, the reason we went down that road is because One My Heart Hanover very likely could be one of them. And how do we keep her fresh? How do we keep her sharp? Maybe this time. Maybe we can turn her out for a few weeks. So that's something I'll explore as I sleep, whenever I get a chance to sleep. As it turns out, I'm not getting home till 1:45 in the morning anyway. So maybe I'll think about that on the way home. So how do we get to here? Amor Diener, racing flat. We'll try and sharpen him up for next week. Then we raced, Stonebridge Simba was flat. He's just in a little bit of a funk right now. You can't blame Tim. The horse didn't arrive there till yesterday or the day before. And not that we would blame Tim anyway, but why was the horse flat? I don't know. He just was. He's not tired. He's not dull. He's not bleeding. He's not sick. Just in a little bit of a funk. So Tim usually has him good. He raced good, real good for Tim for a little while, and then he's just one of those horses, much like Osopine was. You just got to move them around and sharpen them up. And I suspect that's the route we'll take with him. Then we watched My Jazz win her...
In 600 feet, turn left.
No, I'm parked. I don't need to turn anywhere. We watched My Jazz win. Now, it wasn't a track record-breaking performance, but it was a win. She showed again that she certainly remembers how to get that done. So it was a start. A lot of questions, a lot of... talk about what we're going to do with My Jazz moving forward. Can't really make the Buckeye final. That's not going to happen. Those other fillies got a head jump on her, both the Buckeye and the Constellation. Jason and I talked about it. Jason is leaning more towards Buckeye and Fair. And I said, listen, if we go and finish 6th in the next sire stake, we should be eligible. 5th or 6th, we should be eligible for the Constellation, because the top end of the 3-year-old sire stake division fillies, those good fillies in 52, 53, 54, they've cleaned everybody else out, right? Chased everybody away to the point where if you make $1 in a sire stake event, you're going to get in the final. So we had a number of people ask about I'm a Lovely Lady and Mama Knows Best. Those horses have to protect their paths forward in the Buckeye final. Remember, there's no eliminations. There's just every horse in the gate. I think it's 8, 9. If it's at Northfield, it's 8. If it's here, it's 9. I believe it's at Northfield. Oh, no, it might be in Dayton. It's in Dayton. The Buckeye final, maybe that's a Constellation. Doesn't really matter. You only have the same amount of spots on the gate. So if it's at Scioto, it's a top 9. If it's at Northfield, the top 8. Again, no need to email me. I can clarify this on my own. It's not a problem. So, it's tough. That's a pretty deep division, that Buckeye crew. I think I'm a Lovely Lady's in 4th or 5th, but you skip the next one to go to the gold, and then heaven forbid have broken equipment or make a break. Who knows? Maybe you get photoed out getting in the final, and that would really suck. Same Mama Knows Best has to fight tooth and nail to get into the final, so they can't really go. My Jazz can't really make it into the final, I don't believe. I know Jason thought maybe she could, but I don't think she can. I'm shooting for Constellation of the sire stake with her. I think she'll have enough starts into her. It might make more sense. But again, this is a very fluid conversation. Do we just race her in the fairs, the Buckeyes, and race her out through at the end of the summer into fall? Or is there something a little more beneficial, a little more meat to the bone there for her, a little more of a concrete plan? I don't know. I'm not really sure, but we will get to the bottom of it in the next day or so. She raced great. Then we come down here, raced, man, it sucks, right? You shouldn't complain ever you get second beat ahead. You're like, God, but she got beat. She's never been beat before. Sweet on Pete was awesome. I would have bet you any one of my 10 toes or fingers she was a winner when I moved her in the last turn. They sprinted to the wire, and I know exactly what's up with Pete. Sweet on Pete started out her career with a lot of weight on up front and a tight hobble, and she's getting more confident and sound and strong. Her body's filling out, and she get too much weight on, and her hobbles are too tight now, and she's changing quicker than we can change her gear, is what's going on with Sweet on Pete. I think if we let her hobbles out a little bit, but then again, you just can't let them out 5 holes and say, oh, away you go. You can't do that. You're looking for trouble. So there has to be a little bit of a learning curve there. We need to catch up with Sweet on Pete. I think if her hobbles were a hole or 2 longer tonight, maybe she's in the winner's circle. But who knows? She might have made a break also. But hey, no one should, would, or will complain when you're second going for 40,000. I was looking quickly at the list. Sweet on Pete. I think if my math's right, she's at least in 11th or 12th right now, with only 8 going behind the gate. So I suspect she's going to have to finish 1-2 to make it in the final. That's okay. She could race in the Constellation, and she has 2 wins in the Buckeye. That may get her. I don't know. This is how fluid. This is a chess match we go through in Ohio every year when you're close, right? when you're really close to that final, you really have to start. It is a razor thin line. That win tonight would really come in handy. So that a little salt in the wound, so to speak, when you get thinking about what could have been. But Sweet on Pete, nevertheless, raced great. I think she's got a lot more in her. But again, she's a giant filly, and she's going to get incrementally better. You're not going to see her just jump up and win in 55. 58 last week, 58 this week. You're going to see her get incrementally better, and we'll see. We're going to need a 1 or a 2, I think, probably to get in the final in our next Sire Stake event, but that's racing. That's the way it is. And then Path of Totality, what the takeaway from tonight was, she shouldn't have been in that class. There is no place on earth where Thunder should race against Path of Totality. She's just not good enough. 53-1. She can trot in 55 and a piece, 56. That's exactly what she did tonight. The only thing she proved is that this will likely be her last start at Scioto Downs. I guess it's back to the meadows for Path of Totality. There's lots of races there for her, lots of classes. I like structurally and physically what she looks like right now. I know she likes this track, but this track doesn't like her anymore. There's no classes for her that I'm aware of here in Scioto. If this is the one she fits, then that's it for Path of Totality racing here. We'll head back to the meadows with the big girl. She was as good as she could be tonight. There's no concerns, no worries, no, we should have done this or that. No, we just can't beat those horses. So that is it. That's a wrap. Got a big weekend coming up now. As you guys know, Amy and the kids went home on Wednesday afternoon. Amy has the kids, her parents obviously missed their grandkids quite a bit also. Amy sent the kids to hang out with their grandparents for the weekend, and she is coming over here. She's driving back over. We're going to spend the weekend together and race Slim Jimmy tomorrow. Have a little bite to eat afterwards, then get up in the morning, fly to Kentucky to race 3 horses in Kentucky. As I said in an earlier video, they trained great this week. The horse I thought trained the best was Unbeatable Kemp, so I'm very, very eager to see how that's going to look Sunday in Kentucky. We're going to race those horses again. Go out to have a little bite to eat. Gotta watch the old belly. And then Monday morning, we're going to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and fly to the Poconos to race our girl, Taiwan On. We're in a battle with her white count to get it down. She trained great this week. She's having a good week. She's eating good. She's looking good. But her white count was a little bit high, so the veterinarian's been treating her. Normally, we would have shipped her down to the Poconos on Saturday, but we're going to take that extra day to work on her, make sure she's hydrated, make sure that she is ready to race and race in a fit way on Monday afternoon. So that is what our week looks like. A number of horses racing in between, on top and around all those races. But for me, I'm focused on Slim Jimmy, Blue Bayou Dio, Garden State Dio, Unbeatable Kemp, Taiwan On, and then back to Cleveland for me. A lot going on this time of year. But that's the way it is, and that's what we signed up for here at the stable. I most certainly did, and certainly won't see me complaining about it. So, in regards to anything else going on, our partnership, the Ohio partnership proposal I'd sent out to you guys, the purchasing partnership is pretty much full. The first side of it, I did have a couple of people say, what about the small people? What about the guy that didn't have 2,500? Well, there's a reason we held back 25 shares of every horse at the sale. Now, we are going to take 3 days and allow the people to buy those up, but this doesn't mean those shares are gone anywhere. We've created, what we're going to create is a very aggressive private market. And for those of you out there saying, well, that's not fair to me, well, it has to be what's fair to me also. I mean, in past years, I've had to purchase all those shares and just wait until you bothered to buy them. And I can't continue to do that. It's too stressful for me. And it's pretty taxing, both financially and mentally on me. I think we've built a great program. I think we've built a great group of people, and we're simply going to pivot to a more fluid way to purchase, and then on the secondary market also. So upfront on the front end, and then on the back end also. So for those of you who are looking to get involved, for those of you who want to get involved, I will tell you this. Lots are running out. There may be 9, maybe 10 left, max. And then we'll worry about the other shares. I mean, if there's somebody out there that is hell-bent on getting a share of a horse at the sale, sure. I'm sure we're going to work with everybody to make sure people can get in when they can. But, this right here, is a very important part of the 2021 and beyond season. This first sale will tell us what works, what doesn't work with the partnership, and I'm super eager to see how this will play out. So for those of you out there a little concerned, don't be. I'm sure there won't be a problem finding shares in any horses you want from the Ohio Sale 2021. For those of you out there as eager as I am that are involved in the partnership, that want to be a part of getting things moving here in Ohio right off the bat from the starting point, which is the sale on September the 17th. Thank you very much, and we will be in touch with everybody. Again, anybody out there that has any questions, any concerns, or any comments, for the comments section, good or bad, I got thick skin, I can take it, hit me. For the people out there that have any questions, you got my number, 519-400-4263. You can text me or call me on that, and you all know my email, Anthony. Now, Kelly, if you send an email to info@thestable, it goes to Kelly, who then has to take it, sort it, and send it to me. Let's cut out the middleman. Anthony@thestable.ca. You guys should know that email. Any questions, concerns, or comments, send them my way. So, tomorrow, Slim Jimmy and a number of other horses. Good luck to you. Sunday, we're in Lexington. That's a little cool side path for this year. And then Monday at the Poconos. I wish everybody in those groups good luck. Everybody racing, good luck. I will talk to you all very, very soon.